Locksmith and Heatmaker's new project, Wine and Circus. If you're a real one, you know the pedigree here. Locksmith is a lyrical titan from the Bay Area, and Heatmakerz, of course, legendary production, practically soundtracks to our 2000s with soulful, sample-driven beats for artists like Beyonce, Dipset, and beyond. Their careers have been running parallel for decades, and fans like me have long awaited something, a full project with them working together, them linking up. And we finally got it in 2025. They delivered. This project dropped on last week, the 16th of September. So if you're listening, shout out to you, September 16th, 2025, when this project dropped. I'm recording on the 22nd. But this joint is a breath of fresh air. So a little background: Locksmith is, um, an underground rapper, uh, heavy on the battle rap scene, and he is, um, you know, conscious rap, political rap. I think he leans more political rap than what I would necessarily call conscious rap. I mean, there's definitely conscious rap in there. It's like it's not that far removed, but he brings the sharp lyricism, introspection, but he brings in a lot of politics specifically. With conscious rap, I feel like maybe have like one track or two tracks on politics on a project. And conscious rap is more like self-building and building community and critiquing community, critiquing the, kind of like stay woke thing. Like the politic one would be like the track about, what I mean, hey, keep your third eye open kind of thing. But this is talking about contemporary on here. Locksmith is talking about contemporary um political headlines, pretty much. It's heavy, it's soulful, but it still has the boom bap production from the Heatmakers is, crack shout out to crack music. It but it still feels like lush and textured and like matured. So shout out for that combination of these two working together and collaborating on this to make that perfect synergy. The production is built for Locksmith's sort of delivery, his rhyme flow, and his style. So match made in heaven. Locksmith himself actually is a been a workhorse lately. This dude has been before even dropping this project, he was dropping freestyles and singles left to right, and he is still, of course, connected to the battle rap scene that pretty much made him. Heatmakers on the other end is stay busy. They just had a Joel Ortiz project, like a full Joel Ortiz project, and been dropping instrumental stuff, reminding everybody that, I mean, awesomeness never lost its touch. Um, Unlike albums with many producers, um, this project is wholly produced by Heatmakers, so it really helps bring together that cohesiveness, right? That like that style that is comprehensive and keeps the sonic environment that they build um just like smoothly transitioning throughout. I'm talking about the beats, the sample styles, the drum choices, transitions feel like pieces of a larger tapestry, which you can develop when you stick to one producer. You're not freaking stitching together a bunch of songs and making a list and then calling it an album, right? No, this is a project where it's curated and it is honed in on these two artists, top of their craft. When Locksmith works with one producer, it helps him reach this sort of sharpened focus. So I love that decision and hope that he leans more into that. Whereas like a lot of artists these days, like for a project, they put a project out and it's fine, it's good, it's okay, but like man, there's like 30 producers on these things, right? like everybody's in the kitchen. So sometimes it's like it feels a little disjointed. Um, but true to his nature, Locksmith doesn't shy away from the social and political commentary. This is why this is very much political rap, talking about stuff like the two-party system, identity. There's one track that goes into lyricism and hip hop, right? Like you call yourself a lyricist, you don't even check for lyrics, kind of thing, right? And he's calling everybody to be honest about the true state of the world that we're living in. But it's not all anger. This is what I would call resistant um, optimism, resistant optimism, where it's like because there's still hope in these bars. There's still like a chance to make a change, but it is defiant in that I'm not just going to swallow what the mainstream culture is feeding me. I'm not just going to swallow what politicians are telling me. Um, the tracks are balanced. There's criticism in these tracks laced throughout, but there's also hope laced throughout. And Arsonist supports this by not overpowering the message. Again, another testament to this being a well-made match. Some of the tracks that really stick out to me, starting from the top, "The Greatest Show on Earth" is a strong opening. It sets the tone. It has the chipmunk style soul that is known from the early aughts, right, from the early 2000s. Um, and it on here, Locksmith is addressing he's addressing what we are about to get into, the greatest show on earth, like America, life in America, and it's all a spectacle. And he's like he's the MC, right? And so it's dope for that. The one track that really just like got on repeat that I just can't get enough is freaking is Culture. And shout out to them for even realizing how dope of a track it is because they actually have Culture Part Two, which closes out the project. They had to revisit that joint, right? All right, so hello, Culture, man, the Culture is so good. Um, th- this joint it stands often because of its directness. It's so it's poignant. It is asking questions like, what is culture now? Who shapes it? Who profits from it? And shouts to Styles P. Styles P is on this joint. That joint goes, so what's your definition of culture? Does social media mediate how sex is painted? The glow's realer as soon as you hit the lotto? Can't criticize them because it's men help to perpetuate it. With our women, we scoff when it's authentic and awe when it's augmented. This is their whole conversation about stretch marks, right? Or a conversation about BBLs, right? And there's, obviously sometimes that like a lot of, I guess I don't know if social media did that did this, but like men, we don't like a lot of men don't have like a full appreciation for what it is. Men that are attracted to women, um, for just a woman form. I think a lot of guys actually don't like women. They just want to get their dick wet. That's what I think. But it's like women come in all shapes and sizes and different features, different models. All right, if you will. Sorry to objectify, just for the joke. Okay, I did it for the joke, right? Um, but like with our women, we scoff when it's authentic and all when it's augmented. We feed into that. Whatever some self consciousness they may have, whatever like body positivity and all that kind of stuff or issues that they may have at whatever size or shape they are, from thin to thick. Um, we men help influence that a lot and what we give our attention to. And it's also different from what we give our attention to what we socialize. Because there's a lot of guys that give their attention to stuff that they would never publicize because there's some barrier there with them, even though that's what they're attracted to. Like, do you? And we never really fully appreciate women for all the shapes and sizes that they come. And like some women have figured out, hey, this is what guys like. I'm gonna do that because that's what we're socializing. Even if that's not exactly what matters when it comes to what we're attracted to. maybe we are looking for somebody who is could hold, their end of the conversation. Maybe look for somebody who actually does know how to sew. Maybe it's somebody that you that like that wants, that knows how to just be a good listener. Or it could be somebody who's like well educated, even more educated than you, so you could learn from them. All kinds of different reasons, all kinds of different things that women bring to the table in a relationship. And but the thing that we actually socialize, the thing that we actually like on the social medias, the thing that we actually repost and that we share in our group chats and stuff, is this other stuff. And so if we keep doing that, we keep perpetuating that, then that's what you're gonna get. It's a cause and effect. Um, Luckily, I think there's a turn in the zeitgeist coming, and that has been coming. It's been happening. A lot more importance is being placed on nowadays on authenticity. So motherfuckers don't really care about a particular archetype, about an idealism. I think like introspective people are are keenly aware for authenticity, and they can live with themselves. They can sleep easy at night knowing that they are showing up as their true self and their partner is showing up as their true self, and they are cool with each other. I love your true self. You ain't got to put no front on for me. And I love your true self. You can be real. The mark of a healthy relationship, if I say so. That's what we're getting there, and I hope that the train speeds along. And that he goes on to go say here, we're often involved in it. We often absolve ourselves, condemning it still. The symptoms of big pimping are children of tip drills. Big pimping to tip drills. That's what we were. But still, we instill it. They steal it. It's up to us to distill it. For our green, we're all green. Greediness is a skill. It can pay dividends or spiral. Why incriminate yourself in a murder just to go viral? That's the whole industry. That's the whole industry right now summed up in a couple bars. And by industry, I'm not just talking about the music industry. I'm talking about freaking just social media, podcasting, freaking influencer creator industry. Because we are trying to surf on that algorithm wave. We're all trying to serve the masses. But cats like Locksmith, cats like me, cats like myself, I don't, I'm not saying fuck the algorithm, but I'm still trying to do me and like have my people find me. And if it happens to serve what the algorithm seems is monetizable or whatever, like cool, I'll take the check. I ain't gonna get back the check. I'm gonna be authentic though. So shout out to the people that's still doing it. Them that's like not completely giving it to like I could be a reactionary channel. I could be a freaking one of these channels that like shits on projects and stuff like that. It just ain't me. It would be fake. When I start doing that, when I start like slamming albums, like hard, like slamming them, like I might say a line or something like, okay, I ain't dig that project, and I move on. If I make a whole clip, put it this way: if you ever see a clip of me bashing an album, not saying that I never bash albums, but I keep that here. I keep that in here. But if I ever put out a clip of me bashing an album, I'm not authentic. You can call me out. You call me out, and I owe you a check for $2. Okay, promise you, it's gonna be two exact dollars. I might actually give you a $2 bill. I would have to go do the legwork to find this dollar bill and send that to you. So, and I don't want to do that legwork. So you hold your breath, I'm gonna hold my breath. All right, we're gonna see. Cause I'm not gonna do that. I have to edit that joint and spend my time. No, for an album that I don't rock with, I'm gonna sit here and trash it for an extended period of time and then put a clip out on it. Nah, I actually done it on the mic. I just and I deleted because I just wanted to get it out. And they'll put out a clip on it. I'm not looking for that kind of attention. That's not me. That's not authentic. This project is thoughtful. It's sharp. It's balanced between critical and hopeful moments. Oh yeah, shout out to my son on who shows up on Culture Part Two, which is he's the closing track on this whole thing. So remember I said Culture is the one that we just went through. It was dope. Who decides Culture? My son makes an appearance on the closing track where they revisited Culture Part Two. Both rappers dropping serious knowledge in the stripped down, like this is politically charged beat that's happening on that one. So check that one out. Listen to the end, top to bottom. This project, it's only 34 minutes, people. You have 34 minutes. All right, it's 10 songs, 34 minutes. So give it a listen. Um, this is not purely protest rap or political rap, but it is heavily leaned in that direction. And but there are very much inspirational moments in here, emotional nuance that's happening, um, a lot of like talk to the community, the hip hop community. There's even we're saying about there's one track about at the end of this whole thing, she there's a interlude that goes, "We would rather listen to someone talk about music than to actually listen to the music." And granted, that's what you're here for, listen to me talk about music, but I'm trying to get you to the music, is what I'm trying to do here. You know what I mean? If I could sum up what's happening on this project, Wine and Circus is Locksmith at his poetic, socially conscious best, elevated by Heatmakerz cohesive and soulful production. It deserves your listen, um, and it deserves your attention because there's like message scattered throughout this whole thing.